at the last note of there. I was like,
I saw you. I was like, I'm going to cut that off real quick.
Start recording. Josh, you should have kept singing. We're about to record a Puss in Boots episode. There's a lot of singing.
There
in Puss in
was.
Boots.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite fearless hero, Josh?
Puss in Boots.
You are.
That's it. You are.
That was it. You are. Alrighty. Hey, welcome back to the movie rubric. We have not left. We just finished recording The Whale, and now I need to get my brain out of sad boy mode and get it back into happy magical cat who's pretending to be Zorro fights giant anime golems in a Mexican town.
Yeah.
I've got to like switch my brain.
He's a legend. He's not magical. He's just a legend.
I think we can argue like talking animals in that universe are canonically magical, right? They're fantastical beasts according to the first Shrek movie.
Are they?
And then like it was a surprise to find out. Spoilers. Hold on. I just spoiled a part of the movie. Sorry. Welcome to the movie rubric. My name is Timothy McDaniel.
All right.
And I'm Josh Glass.
And I'm going to try to not spoil Puss in Boots.
Get it together.
The last wish for you before we dive in here. My wife just texted me. Anything important? Oh, I was like worried she was going to be like, hey, the dog just like pooped in the floor or something. So, hey, babe, when you listen to these podcasts, I appreciate you house sitting the pets on the other end for us. So, hey, today we are going to be discussing Puss in Boots, The Last Wish. We watched The Whale. We're originally going to go, if you listened at the end of the last episode, straight into watching this one in theaters. We took a break. We watched it at Josh's house. That was the smart move.
Yes.
For sure.
For sure.
I really liked the movie, so let's do a little bit of some spoiler-free discussion. Josh, I doubt you have any background on this one, so instead, I'm going to turn it to Cole. Cole, I have not seen the first Puss in Boots movie.
I haven't either.
Oh, never mind. Josh, did you?
No. Also, what you were going to say is not a spoiler.
The talking dog? Okay.
I thought you were going to talk about the second talking cat.
No, I was going to talk about the talking dog. But you're right. The talking dog is in the poster, and so therefore they're probably in the movie. Hey, spoiler alert, there's a talking dog in this movie.
With a talking cat.
Yeah.
All right. So give me just a moment then. If this is the route we're going, I want to try something. Keep that in mind. Alrighty. Jonah.
Seriously?
Might honestly be working. It's a Tuesday.
Let's be real. He would still answer his phone.
Not if they're super busy.
Hello?
Hey, he did it again. Jonah, is this you? Are you here?
Just kidding. This is.
Oh, we got trolled by his voicemail on the
The mailbox
podcast.
is full and cannot accept any messages at this time. Goodbye.
He did it. He did it to
I
us.
knew that his voicemail was a troll, but that's how he answered the phone last time too. So I wasn't sure.
Last time he answered with a cough.
That's true.
I never want to call him again.
Jonah.
Well,
Why?
I figured someone here could tell me the plot of Puss in Boots.
No. I honestly didn't even realize there was a first movie.
Really? All right,
see.
hold on. I know my wife has seen this.
She's gonna be so confused.
Did you mean to call me?
Yes, I did. Hey, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay, babe, I need you to explain to us the plot of the first Puss in Boots movie.
Oh, the plot of the first Puss in Boots movie?
Yes, the plot of the first Puss in Boots movie. Not the cartoon one that's garbage that you like, but like the
The one
DreamWorks
from 2011.
Yeah, the DreamWorks one.
I'm trying to think. I know it came out November 4th. Trying to think exactly what the plot was, but the plot was he went on some heist or whatnot, and then he met Kitty Softpaws, and I think it was the goose. He was wanting to get golden eggs from the goose, I think, and his friend Humpty Dumpty is with them, and then Humpty Dumpty kind of stabs them in the back.
Like
And,
metaphorically or physically?
No, metaphorically. This one wasn't as violent as the second one, although I definitely liked the second one. But yeah, and then like Humpty Dumpty is basically like, you left me and I was always there, and it's really creepy, and it shows like flashbacks from the movie where like Humpty Dumpty was like hiding in a corner, and he's got a creepy face. I think him and Humpty Dumpty make up at the end. I really don't remember it well. I
Okay.
need to rewatch it.
Would you say that it's a forgettable movie?
I mean, No, but yes, because I forgot the plot.
That was every opinion you could have had on that.
No, but yes.
But no, but yes, but a little bit. Alrighty. Well, we needed someone to fill us in, so thank you for that. Alrighty. What were your thoughts on the new Puss in Boots movie, spoiler free?
Oh, it was the best. 10 out of 10. I loved it.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind. Maybe we'll plug it into the rubric. All right. Thanks, babe.
All right. Love you. Bye.
What an it. I'm just kidding. Okay.
There are a couple of plot deals on IMDb if you want me to read those.
I
for
think
people that watch.
I got everything I
You got
needed.
it? Okay.
We're like,
That sounds right.
So my main
buy it.
question.
It does take place before he meets Shrek.
So it's a
So
Okay.
it is a prequel.
Prequel to Shrek. My question, I wanted two things answered. One, I wanted to know, were there any characters in this movie that are reoccurring? And Kitty Softpaws,
apparently
yeah.
Softpaws is.
Apparently she was introduced in the first movie. Good to know.
Yep.
And then two, I wanted to know because I thought it was like, I didn't see it, but I feel like everyone watched it and then forgot about it. So I wanted to kind of gauge, was it just a super forgettable movie?
2011. It's been 12 years.
Kind of feels like maybe it was a little bit.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So alrighty. Hey, so we got that. So we're going to talk a little bit. That's, a spoiler-free discussion of Puss in Boots. Kind of gone off the rails here. That's okay, though. I loved it. I thought it was funny. What'd you guys think?
It was fun. Very fun movie.
It's just a good, fun movie in the Shrek universe.
Yeah. Which is always wonderful.
And it's
Not always.
this was not necessarily the typical Shrek humor you would get.
No.
This had a lot of like over the top, like the anime style.
It really did.
It felt very anime influenced.
I felt like the humor was in line with Shrek, like as far as like being
Little
a
edgy.
kid's movie, but also kind of an adult's movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, animation wise, you are correct. It definitely had a mix between like Spiderverse meets like Attack on Titan from time to time, like as far as like animation style and like cutting the frames in half and like doing it on the 2 instead of on the 1.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good though. So, it's a kids movie. It's a DreamWorks movie. You probably know what you're getting into. Is there too much spoiler-free conversation we want to have about this one?
Not really.
I don't think so,
I
no.
feel like we're gonna get most of it when we actually
Yeah.
get into it.
Yeah.
I
So
want to hear spoiler free.
I agree. So thumbs up, thumbs down. Should people go see this movie? I'm going to say yes. You should go see this movie. I'm going to warn you before you bring your kid to it, though.
Yeah.
I would say this isn't a movie you should take young children to. There's quite a few adult jokes. A lot of like, there's no cursing, but there's definitely some allusions to cursing that will leave
For
kids,
sure.
that will leave kids being like, wait, what did he say? And
Literally
then
Jerry Springer bleeping out moments.
Yeah.
Like
you're going to be like, you're going to have kids asking about that.
Yeah.
And there was also a decent bit of death.
yeah.
I feel like that's worth
There
mentioning.
was definitely a skeleton where like a plant just
Yeah. If you're an adult who likes animation, you like Disney, you like DreamWorks, you like Pixar, absolutely watch this. Maybe watch it before taking your kid to it. You guys got any different opinions?
I mean, I would agree with that.
yeah.
Yeah. You watch it first, think what is gonna be right for your kid, and then show them if you think it's appropriate.
Yep.
Or just take your kid to go see Violent Night.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
that.
I mean, listen, apparently there's parents that think that's okay.
Oh,
now,
yeah.
like the kids that were in Violent Night, I would say take them to see Puss in Boots.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Just
They're
little
hearing
kids.
worse
We got to
stuff
worry about
and
little
seeing
kids.
worse stuff at school. But yeah, little kids, 5, 6 years old, no.
Yeah.
All
Or
right.
not no, but pre-screen it.
So, all right, this is the spoiler moment now. We're 8 minutes in. Spoiler warning. We're going to do spoilers for Puss in Boots, the last
Spoilers? Are spoilers happening?
Spoilers are going to happen.
Okay.
Spoilers.
I just want to make sure that we're talking about spoilers.
We're going to talk about
We talk about spoilers.
the ones on the car. We're going to talk about like when food goes bad in the fridge.
Okay.
Like we're going to hit them all.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Heavy
Spoilers.
whipping cream. I can't keep it. It just it goes bad so fast. No. I really liked this movie. I loved Jack Horner, like the twist on Jack Horner.
Yeah.
Big Jack Horner.
Big Jack Horner.
Big Jack Horner.
I love that he had a Mary Poppins bag, which is a modern day fairy tale. So someone that I think probably shouldn't have existed in this universe, but I thought it was kind of cool that he had
I mean,
that.
it's
Yeah.
been when Mary Poppins came out, like the 60s,
Something like that.
50s.
Yeah. And like we joked about
It's been a while.
Jonah joked about it, but there was a lot of death in this
Yeah.
movie.
There was, yeah.
Megan, Mathregan.
There were more deaths than Mithrigan.
Oh, for sure.
Take note.
Yeah. Megan.
Yeah.
Come on.
Megan.
So
Mary Poppins was 1964.
so
It's been a
wow.
while. Yeah.
Okay.
It probably crosses the threshold of like.
I mean, she and I don't know the backstory of Mary Poppins, so she may be based on like a children's fairy tale for all I know, or nursery rhyme.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
I don't know.
I want to come back to something you started to say. I said it's a romp through the Shrek world, which is always a good time, and you said not always. Could you clarify?
I agree with Josh though on this.
Like some of the later Shreks were just okay. Like Shrek Forever After, not great.
Is that the third one?
No, it's the fourth one.
Fourth one.
Shrek
Forever
the third
After.
is hot trash.
See, I don't feel like I hate Shrek the Third as much.
Not as much. Oh,
I feel like I thought
Wait
Shrek the
till
third was okay.
if we do DreamWorks tier list, ooh, Josh, we're to throw down.
See, I actually don't think I've seen the fourth Shrek movie.
It's better than the third one.
Is it?
It's not much. You don't have to do much to be better than the third one.
Isn't
Maybe
the
I'm misremembering the third one. When does the third one?
Third one is when
isn't
the king dies and Shrek is now the king of Far Far Away. But
Well,
then
that's
they're
what I
like,
thought.
oh wait, I have this other relative. It's what's the
Rumpelstiltskin?
Not him. That's in the fourth one.
Oh, is that the fourth one? Okay.
It's Justin Timberlake's character. I forgot his name.
Artie.
Yeah, King Arthur.
So maybe I've seen the fourth one, but not the third one
Yeah.
then. Because I remember Rumpelstiltskin.
Yeah, he's the main villain of the fourth one.
Okay.
The
So
third one's trash.
okay. Honestly, maybe I need to watch the third Shrek movie.
No, you don't.
I feel like I need to experience how trash it is,
I mean,
right?
yeah, you probably do. I mean, it has Immigrant Song.
That's
pretty
worth something.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's pretty neat. Pretty neato.
Everything else is trash in it, though.
Man. So are you looking up something on Shrek? Like, what do you got any hot, juicy deets for us? I see you're like scrolling something furiously over there.
Talking about Mary Poppins. She plays the queen in the Shrek movies.
Wow. Okay. I
Julie
didn't know that.
Andrews. I didn't know that either. Oh,
It's Jonah. Do we want to answer
Yes.
this?
sure. See what his take on the original Puss in Boots is.
Jonah, are you there? Oh, hold on. Jonah, are you there?
Hello?
Hello, Jonah.
Hello.
Hey,
There he
Is
is.
this the famous podcast?
you're
It
on the
is on the-
podcast.
it is the
You're on the
podcast.
podcast. We were going to ask you to summarize the first Puss in Boots movie for us, but you didn't
Oh,
answer
okay,
your
I got
phone.
you.
But so you've missed that opportunity. You had one shot.
Oh, okay.
You missed it.
I blew it. That's fair.
Instead, I'd like to ask you, what is the worst Shrek movie?
3. for
There we
sure.
go.
3? Okay.
Jonah
All
knows
right.
what's
Yeah,
up.
definitely 3.
Cole's.
3's the weakest.
All right. So, and then I was going to ask you, what were your thoughts on the new Puss in Boots movie?
Oh, dude. I was just talking about it here at work. This is literally, it's no joke, probably my favorite movie of like 2022. I think it's the best animated movie I've seen since like Spiderverse.
Really?
Wow.
I love
You're
it.
going to put
Yeah.
this above Spiderverse?
No, like since Spiderverse.
Since
Like Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
was, like,
It's
the
up
last
there
one
with
that-
it.
Okay.
Yes, it's up there with it. Yeah.
Favorite movie of 2020?
I think it's up there with
It's your favorite movie
Sorry,
of
what'd you say?
2022? Is that what you said?
probably, yeah, because technically
Wow.
it came out at the end of the year. So,
Yeah, it did. Okay. So you loved it.
but yeah, I loved it personally. Personally, I really enjoyed it.
Okay.
So I thought the animation was good, story was good, and everything.
We are into spoiler territory. What was your favorite part of the movie?
Ooh, that's a tough part. Definitely the wolf. He was
Just-
probably like any scene that he was in was the coolest.
I'm right there with you. That was definitely my favorite part too.
He was probably one of the coolest
Yeah.
characters.
He really was. I want
He's
him.
like the coolest villain in a long time.
I think he's going to be my next D&D character somehow. I'm just going to play a
That's
giant.
kind of awesome.
I'm going to play the wolf,
Grim
the
Reaper wolf.
furry version of the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
Literally, Furry's gonna have a field day with Puss in Boots. So
Oh, I
exciting time.
don't want to think about that. Oh no,
Yeah, my bad.
I
Put that image in your brain.
stay away from all sorts of conventions for
Yeah.
the next year.
Yeah.
All right, Jonah, thank you for calling us back. I appreciate it. Any final thoughts? Closing thoughts?
Puss in Boots is a masterpiece, and everyone should see it twice.
We've only seen it once. Okay. Do you want to
Maybe
pause?
that's what we're doing wrong.
You want to pause this episode? Go watch it again.
No.
Come back.
I think
No?
that'd be helpful. I think it'd be helpful.
Think that'd be helpful.
It's
Okay.
up to you.
All righty. Well, thank you, Jonah. Thanks for calling us back. Have a good night, man.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
What an idiot. No,
Same joke.
no
Yay.
guest is
Yeah.
ever going to want to call in. Oh, I just muted Cole. No guest is ever going to want to call in here again. I agree with him. My favorite part, hands down, was the wolf. followed up by just the animation in general.
Yeah. I liked the goofy dog.
The
myself.
goofy dog.
I thought he was a real
burrito.
lovable burrito.
Burrito.
I thought it was burrito.
I thought it was burrito.
No, it's burrito. I think that's Spanish for dog.
Is it?
I think so. I'll double check it.
I thought they were calling him burrito.
I thought it was burrito.
It definitely is burrito on IMDb. But
I
let me double
learned-
check. I think burrito is Spanish for dog.
I learned something. So his name is Dog.
Puppy.
Puppy.
His name is Puppy. Okay.
That makes sense.
That's
because
mildly
they just
cute.
kept calling him Puppy. And then they were
Puppy.
like, let me give you a name. Because essentially in Spanish, they were just calling him Puppy.
So I actually have one of the few real dislikes I had about this movie was the dog character.
Really?
Oh, it got on my nerves.
Really?
Like, if you cut out the dog, I'd love this movie so much more. He got on my nerves so
He was
bad.
the Olaf of...
Yeah, no one watches
Puss in
Frozen
Boots.
for Elsa. They watch it for Olaf.
Exactly.
I don't know what it was about Olaf versus this dog, but Olaf didn't like annoy me to the degree that this dog did. And it's a kid's movie. I probably shouldn't have been annoyed by a dog. But I don't know. There's just something about it that grinded my gears.
Really?
Yeah, I had hard to, like I'm made peace. I'm not gonna like knock off a ton of points because of the dog, because of Perito.
Yep.
But one of my least favorite parts. Cole, what about you? Was your favorite part?
My favorite part, I really liked the dang anime fight he had at the beginning of the movie.
That was pretty cool.
That was pretty funny.
With the rock giant?
the rock giant.
Yeah.
So Cole, would you say you
Are
this
a fan
is your
of
favorite,
anime?
This is your favorite anime?
Yes, Puss in Boots is a good anime, unlike Attack on Titan.
Oh my. Okay.
Goodness.
We're gonna end the episode here.
Yeah, we're done.
I really loved at the end. We made jokes throughout. I mean, yeah, it's more akin to like Spiderverse or like everything animation wise is slowly adopting elements of anime. So when we say it's anime, it's mostly tongue in cheek. But there was a part towards the end where the wolf dog with dual ninja blades in hands legit Naruto runs.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes.
Plus Naruto runs too. Like they Naruto run at each other.
I'm
It was
here for
great.
it. I'm so here for
He
it.
magically lit the ground on fire to create
Oh.
this like arena to fight in.
That was cool.
It was pretty cool.
I want to know, when did Naruto running become so mainstream that Western animators just started putting it in stuff without maybe necessarily even
know.
recognizing why
Fortnite
they were
did it,
doing
I
it?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, maybe like that's not a bad
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, I don't know.
At some point, Western animation just casually started tossing Naruto runs in without recognizing it, without being memey, right? Just very unironically Naruto running, and I want to know when. I need to like hit the records, like start diving back through all the animated movies and find it because I'm curious. So, anime fight, your favorite part was the dog?
I mean, I really enjoyed the fighting and the animation style, but I feel like the dog was just like, he made me laugh, and
Yeah.
I thought he was funny,
He-
especially whenever he goes on the cursing rampage, and it
Yeah.
sounds like an
That was
episode of
really
Jerry
good.
Springer.
That
It was pretty great.
he had that
Shut
part.
up, Cole. I beat you with this paper towel holder here because I had a little phlegm in my throat from the syrup that was in my drink.
How dare you have mucus in your body?
I know.
You disgusting person.
How dare I?
I think the dog led to one of my favorite jokes in the movie, which was the "you've been crimed."
You've been crying.
That was maybe my favorite, just like
It was good.
single joke.
Yeah.
Yep.
I also loved Jack Horner shooting unicorn horns into people and them just exploding.
Yeah.
That was pretty good too.
Jack Horner is my favorite character in this thing.
He was great because he's just pulling random magic items out of the bag and
It's
just
just-
like, what does this do?
I don't know if I what I have in here or not.
That and the Jiminy, him and the Jiminy Cricket
Oh,
stand the back and forth was hilarious.
that was really
those
good,
two.
man.
And they actually don't credit that as Jiminy Cricket. It's just ethical bug.
Well, I think it's
Ethical bug.
it's similar to how, like, with the exception of very, very few IPs, that can't actually say. You know what though? Hold on.
They have Pinocchio.
Pinocchio. That's what I was just realizing. Pinocchio is in this movie.
Yeah.
Maybe Jiminy Cricket's a different thing.
Is Jiminy Cricket exclusive to the Disney idea
Could
of
be.
Pinocchio?
I don't know if he was. Well, Jiminy Cricket's in the original book.
Is he?
There's a bug, but
Or is it an ethical bug?
it may be an ethical bug. It may not be Jiminy Cricket.
Ethical
It-
bug.
That's pretty funny.
But now he's going to teach you about business ethics.
I think it very clearly was supposed to be a play on Jiminy
yeah,
Cricket.
I think so,
it
too.
100% was.
He did have like my favorite moment. Yeah, like when Jack just decides to start torching all the lilies with the phoenix, and he's like, "Oh my god!" That was pretty good.
He's like going into deep detail about what a phoenix is and what it represents. He's like, and it's also a flamethrower.
Jack.
Man, so that ties in to something I actually didn't like about the movie. It's a kid's movie. I'm not going to harp on continuity. It's a movie about a cat wearing boots and a cape. You can't really harp
Finding
on
a magical star.
Yeah, you can't really harp on continuity. I do have to harp on, I thought it was silly how quickly the villains in this movie caught up to our main characters. I feel like it was an unfair speed, but then specifically,
I feel like they weren't very far behind him though. Like,
Well,
just Puss and Kitty Softpaws jumped out the window, and then everybody else is like, "All right, we're
they
gonna
had
follow
they stopped,
suit."
though. Like there was the blockade.
well, that's what I was
but it
getting
was
ready
just
to
people.
No, the lilies, right? That's what I was getting ready to say.
Oh, you mean like in the dark
both.
forest?
In the dark forest.
I thought you
yeah.
meant like whenever they caught up to
Well,
them at
I
the
was
dark
thinking
forest.
the people, but yes, the lilies as well were a blockade.
Yeah, like you should have had. So, like in the forest, they're fighting lilies. Our main three make it through, and we clearly see that Jack Horner is not able to go through here. He's losing tons of men. They look on the map. He's like stuck. They're floating down the river, and then somehow Jack Horner is ahead of them.
The Phoenix. He torches all the roses.
But he still shouldn't have got ahead of them.
He has a giant tank.
He
He
should
does
have.
have a giant tank.
At
Giant
best,
tank moves quicker than 2 cats and a dog.
I
Apparently.
guess, yeah. I feel like at best he should have caught up to them.
Yeah.
Not have gotten ahead of them while somehow going off the magical path. I don't know. Like I said, kids movie, I don't really care, but it irked me. I was like, I would have liked to have seen, like you said, I would have liked to have seen him just started mowing down the lilies with his tank, and you see him making that progress instead of him teleporting.
I mean, I guess if you have to think of it this way, the bears were not too far behind him. You have to think that Jack's not going to be too far behind him either because he's in a vehicle. These are 3 bears on foot, and you got the 2 cats and a dog.
Yeah.
I liked the 3 bears with Goldilocks. Like it was
Florence Pugh did a really good job.
Yeah, that was good.
it was just some really good like banter
Talking the
back and
Cockney
forth.
accent.
I
They
was
were
gonna
like
say.
super London gangster vibe.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good. Yeah.
No, you know what I liked? I liked when they introduced a new character. It was like it just flashes on the screen.
Yeah.
Super Smash Brothers style.
Like an ensemble movie almost,
Uh-huh.
except it wasn't really an ensemble movie. But yeah, that was funny.
Probably one of my favorite going back to favorite parts was like the changing map. I thought that was a really cool idea.
That was a neat concept.
Like-
yeah.
The whole time I was thinking, we play D&D, and I was like, this would be a super cool, like, one-off D&D campaign.
Write that down. Write that down.
Like, not to the exact thing, but like have an ever-changing map, like, depending on who's holding it, looking at it, is like the different scenarios.
Yeah.
And like just the map changing hands really quickly in that part with Goldilocks and the other people, the main characters, Puss and Kitty Softpaws. Like every time somebody changed it, the map then was changing, and you got like separated just because the map itself was changing. I thought that was
Yeah.
pretty neat.
Thinking about D&D campaign, I don't think I can ever have as tragic a backstory as Perito.
He did have a pretty
might have been
tragic backstory.
My favorite joke in the whole thing was, and then they stuck me in a sock with a rock inside of it and threw me in a river. But I swam out and I got the sock.
And I came out with a shirt. Yeah, like,
Once again,
What the heck?
it's a kids movie, but it's not.
yeah, it's not
Like,
no.
yeah, you should not. Like, that's not something you want your little kid
that's
asking
horrible.
you about. Oh, it was funny though.
Continuity issues though. Like, how did he create the cat costume?
True.
I mean,
How did he like
How did he-
sew eyeball, like sew buttons for eyes and dress himself as a cat?
I'm not going to point off for that, but you're right. Yeah, like it's. I
I'm
think-
not really probably going to
I think
either,
it's-
but it's just
yeah.
like
He don't got
Raises-
opposable
you think
thumbs.
about it, like,
raises
what?
questions just a little bit. Yeah. I loved the cat scenes in general, like where he's like learning to be a traditional cat.
Yeah.
I loved him using the litter box and all the other cats just staring him down.
See, that would be fine. That one was just like a weird thing. It seems like they didn't spend a lot of time him being a cat or being retired, quote unquote. It's like they kind of rushed through that whole process there.
They
Would you
did it,
prefer
like,
them have spent more time on it?
I mean, I feel like it's like, okay, he's retired. We're going to go with this arc, and now we're done. So let's move on to the next thing. It seems like, I don't know, it just felt weirdly paced.
It's a
on
little
that.
rushed, yeah.
Like, I wanted to feel like, okay, I guess from the time jump, you can't really have that be super long, though.
Yeah.
It suggests that he's been there a while.
Yeah.
But it just felt kind of weird with how quick it was in movie.
Yeah. The alternative is you spend like a lot of in-movie time watching him do nothing,
Yeah,
which
true.
I think is more boring,
Yeah.
than having a slightly rushed
Yeah, it's-
idea.
I think if you had some good comedy writing, you could have wrote some pretty decent
It's just like,
jokes,
oh,
like
here's-
showing him learning how to become a cat.
they
I
did
think
it
they
like,
just like quick flash through like a montage of him learning to be a cat.
Listen, if I'm a cat owner, I am a cat owner. Okay, if I'm that cat owner, but I'm going to now relate it to myself. If I walk in and my cat is making bacon and eggs on the stove,
I'm not going to be mad at him.
yeah, I'm going to be like, dude, crack me an egg, bro.
Yeah.
Like add a slice to you make me some too. I
Same
feel
with
like
the cat peeing in the toilet. I was like, "Well, that's one less litter box I got to
yeah.
scoop. Yeah.
She was like, no, you're not going to
No,
do that. And I was like,
you are
what?
a cat.
It's like, what is wrong with you, lady? Like, you know, you live in a magical world, right? Like,
Yeah.
except the fact that your cat knows how to cook. That's okay. Like, I thought that was, I was like, man, I wish my cat could make me breakfast. I wish my cat didn't throw litter outside of the litter box when it used it.
Or this
I have to sweep that room.
lady's
Like,
just not going to question things. Like, are none of these other cats magical then?
I don't
I
think
guess
so.
not. No.
That's what I was going to say
'Cause,
earlier.
like, he was talking to the cat, and the cat just like looked at him.
Yeah.
Now
like,
Perito, I guess, is just a
magical
magic
dog.
dog.
I think he's also magical. That's
what's
what I was
the-
going to say
what's the-
earlier.
What's the rules for animals in this universe? We got it's the Shrek universe, so Donkey exists.
But
He
Donkey's
talks.
considered a magical creature. They
Yeah.
actually tried to sell him in the first movie, which is why I was thinking that most animals can't talk. We are looking at like the two exceptions. We've got two talking magical cats, and then we've got now Perito and the
Donkey,
bears.
and the bears, and the wolf, and the three pigs.
Well, but is the wolf real? Is he like a real character, or is he like just symbolizing death?
He is death. I think he's like the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
I think he's a real character.
So he's like a magical,
Everyone
like,
can see him.
interdimensional kind of character.
I think so. Yeah, I think he's like our version of the Grim Reaper incarnating, and like he is death incarnate. He probably can't be killed.
He was a bad A character.
Yeah, he was awesome. Like anytime that wolf was there, I was like, I am here for it. Give me more wolf. It was so cool.
The little whistle
Yeah,
Oh, that was cool. It was
animating
like
of the hairs standing up on the back of Puss's.
the eyes.
There's a couple times, yeah, like when the lightning would flash and the pupils would go away and it was just
Yeah,
pure red.
that's true.
I was like, that was really cool.
When he had the gold coins in his eyes.
That was neat.
That was pretty cool too.
The wolf was awesome. I want more wolf. Can we have a whole movie that's just the wolf
Yeah.
going and killing fairy tale creatures?
It's the bounty hunter style movie. It'd be the Punisher.
Yeah. Oh, give me a Cole. We're onto something. We need to write DreamWorks right now.
You got to hit out on Gingy.
I was happy that Pinocchio and Gingy made a cameo appearance. Like it was very brief, but they were there.
I didn't remember Gingy.
I remember
He
Pinocchio.
was. It was during one of the deaths. Puss in Boots is cooking, and he's like, "Don't worry, I'm a master chef." And Gingy's like, "I think you left him in too long." And like he's sitting
oh,
there
he
next
was
to him.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my best Gingy
That was
impression.
a good Gingy impression.
Thank you. I practiced all day.
Do remember that now.
Yeah. So, but I then you saw a glimpse of Shrek and Donkey in like one of his flashbacks.
Walking,
Yeah.
Like looking back on his life.
Yeah. So, but like other than that, you didn't really see too many familiar characters.
No.
Which was good because, I mean, they could have easily just thrown in a bunch of Shrek characters like, hey, remember all these guys? Here's.
Yeah.
Remember this? No, I like that it stood on its own two paws. Yeah.
Stop it.
I had to. I'm so sorry.
Well, when I looked at the first IMDb, and I don't know if somebody went in and changed it or if I just misread it, I thought it said that the wolf character was the big bad wolf. So I was expecting like the big bad wolf from the Shrek movies where he's like dressed up as the grandma. Like that's the wolf I
That's the
expected.
big bad wolf.
I think
Another
I'm-
talking animal.
Yeah, it is another talking animal. The pigs,
The pigs.
the mice.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if we ever see, other than the cats in this movie, what animals do we see that don't talk? Because clearly they're identified as fantastical.
There's other three bears too because they have three bears in the first movie.
Wait a second.
That's a continuity.
Aren't
issue.
those the same bears?
No, because the mom's killed.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Aren't those supposed to be Goldilocks and the three bears in that movie? And the original Shrek?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hold up a minute.
it's a continuity issue.
Within the Shrek U.
Yeah.
We
The
just
Shrek CU.
uncovered a big plot hole.
Jonah, your movie that you love so much, I'm sorry, has a big old plot hole
Yeah.
in it.
If I wanted to like take the time to call him, I kind of want to call him again and be like, all right, Jonah, how do you explain this?
Yeah.
And then send him a photo.
Then that would be 3 phone calls.
Yeah, that's too many.
That's too.
I agree. But no, it's That was supposed to be Goldilocks' parents, or like the bears, I'm pretty sure.
because they had the 3 bears. They had the mom, the dad, and the baby. The mom gets killed in the first one.
Yeah.
Mom gets killed in the first.
She gets turned into a rug.
She gets turned into a rug that's in Lord Farquaad's castle.
Yeah.
Because the baby is crying. They're in separate cages. And
That's
And the
true.
scene that Farquaad gets a boner
and Mama bears a rug.
in a kid's
Yeah.
movie.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I remember that now.
Remember?
Maybe there's multiple 3
No.
bear families.
We're not doing. Are we going to say, like, Doctor Strange is in this universe too, and he's brought all these other versions?
You can't prove that he's not.
That is true. Yeah.
If Doctor Strange turns up in the next Shrek movie,
That'd
I'm
be
out.
pretty wicked.
Just him, like he's like live action.
Third Eye, Doctor Strange.
Wait, oh my gosh. What if that's the next Doctor Strange movie? They're going to tie it to DreamWorks.
Man, at the end of the day, as to whether animals can talk or not, and I think it's Shrek,
Yeah.
right? Like it's turn off your brain.
You know, the animal that comes to mind that doesn't talk, but still communicates is the dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She doesn't talk, but she does communicate.
She's clearly capable of consent. At least I hope so.
We hope so.
Early
I think
Donkey
we
is
know so
overpowering.
whenever she's out there flirting with Donkey in the first movie.
Yeah.
So
True. So yeah, but you're right. Yeah. It's just one of those shut off your brain and enjoy what is supposed to be a kid's movie.
yeah. That's why I'm gonna have a hard time rating this movie because it's like
I'm going to be super lenient on stuff like
Yeah,
that, right?
but
Because
it's like-
it's
okay. Well, no,
I go
don't
back
know.
I go back to Godzilla and Pacific Rim a lot as my references. Like
This almost not kids' movies.
no. As far as like you could rip apart so many. There's no way this would work. There's no way that would work. Hold on, this makes no sense. But at the end of the day, I'm watching Godzilla because I want to watch a giant dinosaur fight a giant three-headed dragon.
Couldn't you say that for Megan though?
I could, except I didn't like. I don't know. Like I didn't enjoy what Megan was trying to be like science fiction.
Yeah.
and it failed at it.
it did.
Whereas I don't think Godzilla is trying to be science fiction. It's not trying to be slightly realistic. It recognizes what it is.
It realizes they have the royalties to these two massive characters, and is like, we're gonna make them fight each other.
Yeah. Same thing with like, Pacific Rim. Hot Rod. Hot Rod's not trying to be a realistic stuntman movie like a documentary. It's just goofy, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm putting Puss in Boots. It's a turn off your brain and laugh at a pug cursing out Goldilocks and the 3 bears and then criming them.
Criming them. You've been crimed.
Man.
Good.
So we're going back to one of my other dislikes, and I joked about you with it at the beginning. I hated the song that they kept singing. I'm probably knocking off a whole point for how much they brought back that one song over and over and over
It'd
again.
been fine if it was just the opening bit.
Yeah, but like they just constantly brought back that song.
The one talking about like who's your favorite hero.
Who's your favorite fearless hero? You are.
Yeah.
They sing it like 5 times.
I would
The
say that they
reprise.
brought it back. That song was a song that he obviously wrote for himself. This whole movie was about Puss in Boots, like realizing that being the legend and being Puss in Boots is not worth everything else in life. So like the song was just like a constant reminder to him of like, yeah, I am Puss in Boots. Like it's that constant conflict within himself of like, I'm this legend, awesome cat thief.
Mm-hmm.
But is that really what's important at the end of the day?
Yeah.
So
Fair.
I
didn't
can
think about
see
that.
the meaning behind it, but at the same time, it did feel like
'Cause
it
he was
just was
very,
like always there.
Very full of himself.
Yeah,
He's very
and he
arrogant.
always has been.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But and then he kind of early in the film, Death shows up. He gets his butt handed to him, and
Yeah. Well, I mean, they talk about in the song, the blade has never touched Puss in Boots or whatever,
and then it touches him.
and then he gets cut on the head.
Yeah.
It was like this moment of reckoning, and he had fear for the
It's
first time.
kind of like a kind of think about like I don't know think of like an athlete or something.
Mm-hmm.
In their prime, they're dominant, but then they kind of start getting old, and it's like this is the guy. This is this unstoppable force here.
Tom Brady's game against
Tom
the
Brady,
Cowboys
yeah.
last
That's
night.
kind of what makes you think of that.
I
There.
didn't watch it. Is there anything I need to know?
Or
I mean, he got shut out in the first half, first time since his first NFL offseason game, and then he was held to one touchdown, wasn't
yeah. Or
he?
you
Or
look
two? Was it one or two?
2 touchdowns, I think.
one
Or
or
you
two
look
touchdowns.
at Michael Jordan towards the end of his run when he was the Wizards.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Yeah.
not the same guy here.
Yeah.
So it's like that legacy is like, your legacy is getting tarnished here.
Yeah. I didn't think about it until like you just said that now, but none of his deaths he died fighting someone.
He did it.
He
off
died because he was
being
just stupid.
Being
Getting drunk
stupid
on
Puss in Boots.
getting drunk on heavy whipping cream and falling off a plank or like
yeah.
getting exploded in a cannon. He didn't die because of a combat in any of those. Yeah.
Well, he died because he thought he was invincible,
Yeah.
and that's what the wolf says at the end. Is like, you're a legend who thinks that you're immortal, and I'm here to show you that you're not.
Can we talk about? It's kind of crappy of death to be like, I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this life.
Yeah,
Right. Like,
bit,
I know
yeah.
you get 9 of them, but I'm just nope, none of this.
I think he was just mad at the way he had expended all 9 of his lives.
Like,
Maybe.
it was like
you could have lived such fuller lives,
Yeah.
but you just decided to be reckless the whole time.
imagine what humans would do if we knew that we had 9 lives to live.
Oh, I'd for sure burn through the first 4.
Yeah.
Like, there's no doubt
I'm
about
gonna
it.
try some things.
Yeah,
first.
the first 4, like I'm doing some stupid stuff.
Yeah,
Like, there's no doubt in my mind.
I guess the first one I'd be like, I would be testing it out, be like, does this really work? And then when I came back, then like 2 through 6 is like I'm jumping out of a plane just to feel what it feels like to free fall.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
for sure. Yeah, no, you're right.
Yeah.
That needs to be a movie. I don't know if you remember the old Angelina Jolie Catwoman movie where she gets like licked by a bunch of supernatural cats and abused cat powers.
That's
we need
gross.
to have something similar to that. Where isn't it Angelina? I might be making up the actress. I think it's her.
I have no
I
idea.
couldn't
Might
tell
not be
you.
her. We need to make that movie where someone through some like weird supernatural science accident gets 9 lives.
That would be a cool movie.
You know, they kind of did a thing like that with Happy Death Day.
I don't think I watched that.
True, but it's just the same day over and over
Yeah,
again.
but you only have so many lives, though.
What is Happy Death Day?
Does
I
she
think
only
I
have so
missed
many
that one.
lives?
I think it's like 12. She
I
only
didn't
gets,
realize that. Basically,
and
this,
she gets weaker and weaker each time she comes back, though.
I don't remember, I guess, as well as you do. So tell Tyler what it is.
Happy Death Day is the one where it's I forgot the actress's name. Blonde chick. She's a college student. It's her birthday. She gets murdered, but she's trying to solve her own murder each day. So every time she gets killed, it resets.
Okay, but she only has 12.
I think so. She has a set number because by the end, it's like she's getting weaker and weaker and weaker as she's respawning here. And it's like, you only have X amount of lives left or something like that.
I always love.
It was a Bloomhouse movie too.
Wasn't it?
I think so.
I always
saw
love
it on
plot
the-
lines like that, but like I loved.
And they had a sequel that was,
Okay,
I mean, both movies are kind of meh.
should I watch the first one?
First one, it's fun.
Think I should watch it.
It has fun
Okay.
stuff in it.
Did you watch Russian Nesting Doll or Russian Doll on Netflix? Similar thing. Like, no, she has unlimited lives, but basically she has died and she's caught in a time loop and she's trying to make it to like the next day, but she's just cursed with exceptionally bad luck and she's trying to save everyone while trying to make it to the next day and just dying in the dumbest ways possible. I like concepts like that. So I know that's not what this movie was doing, and we've gotten way.
Yeah,
that's okay
went
though.
Way off tangent.
That's all right though. I mean, we've gotten off tangent, but I mean, at the end of the day, I'm glad I'm glad we watched this movie.
Yeah,
But I mean, like it. I mean, it's a
kid's
DreamWorks movie. It's a kids
pretty
movie.
simple movie.
Yeah, it's a good kids movie.
Yeah.
But it is.
Jack Horner's the best.
Jack Horner is the best.
Well, I mean, it's played by John Mulaney, and he's just hilarious. His stand up is great.
Dude, he really is. I think that was the perfect casting. For that. It
His
really
delivery
was.
on everything he did in that movie was
great.
It was
great.
good.
I also loved him as the pig, and I don't like his stand up, but I love him in movies. He was great as the pig in Spiderverse. Spider Pig. Yeah, I don't like his stand up.
Really?
I
I haven't sat down and watched a whole special,
Yeah.
but like I'll see clips and stuff of some of his bits, and I think I laugh. I think they're pretty funny.
He has a funny bit every now and then. Like very often what will happen when I say that is someone will be like, hold on, you have to watch this bit. And they'll pull up like one of 3 bits. Like he has this bit about the cop showing up to a party. That seems to be the one that people always pull up. It's funny. And then I sit down to watch a stand up and everything before and after that joke. So in my opinion, it just doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah.
I don't love it. But then again, like I'm also a 12-year-old. My favorite comedian is like Tim Hawkins, right? Like I'm like, like
Dane Cook over here.
poop butt fart jokes, sometimes from my stand up every now and then. So, and Bo Burnham, so like everyone likes different stuff, for
It's
their
totally
comedians.
two opposite
Opposite ends of the spectrum,
there.
for sure.
I do not like Bo Burnham.
I'll also love, maybe I just don't like John Mulaney because I also love Jim Gaffigan, who's like the chillest.
I like Jim Gaffigan.
I love Jim Gaffigan. It's just Dad, Dad talking about eating food, and I'm there for you. All right. So I was going to say, before we jump into the rubric here in a little bit, one thing I wanted to ask about the plot. Where did you think, sitting down, going into this movie, you talked about the big bad wolf. Once we started the movie, where do you think the plot was going to go? I thought for a little bit that maybe the dog was going to take the wish at the end. And then that didn't happen. So the ending kind of caught me off guard, just a skosh that no one got the wish.
Yeah.
So where would you guys think it was going?
I thought we were going to get more of him in the retirement home.
Yeah.
And then just kind of rush to the star at the end. But it seemed like there was more adventure in the than I was anticipating.
You really wanted retirement home, didn't you?
I was expecting. That's what the trailer was.
Was it? I didn't see it.
The trailer, it was him in the home, and he was accepting retirement.
Just don't watch trailers. That's the trick.
That's
Do like I had to put my AirPods in like 5 times.
I mean, I enjoyed it still, but it's like that's kind of not what I was expecting here. I was expecting him to be just, nah, I'm done. I'm washed up. I'm ready to just enjoy retirement, and then they pull him out of retirement for one last hoorah here.
One last heist.
I did think it was funny whenever Goldilocks and the Three Bears like show up to the retirement home. He instantly thinks, "Oh crap, they're here to kill me," and then turns out that they just wanted to hire him for a job.
Yeah,
thought that was pretty good.
It worked out in his favor though to pretend to be dead.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let him get the jump.
As far as like the ending goes, it definitely caught me off guard. I didn't think that it was just going to be like nobody got it, and that the thing would just get burnt up and not used. I never thought that the dog was going to take it because the dog's just a really good support character, and he doesn't have a wish. He makes that very clear. At one point, I kind of thought that they were going to wish that Puss was just going to get his wish.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I thought it was going to go.
I figured like the dog, they'd be like, "Hey, why don't you take it?" Then he'd be like, "I want him to have his 9 lives back." And I kind of thought it was going to go like that direction.
Could have been thrown that way too.
Yeah.
but they decided, nah, no one's getting this. And Goldilocks has a heel turn and then has a change of heart like immediately.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was
pretty
a
much.
very quick one. Yep.
It's like, okay, well, we settled that pretty quick.
I'm
Yeah.
going to take my wish. Oh, wait. My baby brother is dying.
Like,
Let
you
me
just
go get
disowned
him.
him.
I feel like I saw her heel turn coming like a mile away.
But
like as soon as they were
how
talking about
quick
like,
was that?
what's your wish going to be? And she's like, I can't say what it is.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
like, I just was like instantly like, she's going to wish for her family back.
Yep.
And like, it was so telegraphed.
I did.
that-
I did see that coming.
yeah,
for sure.
but how quick the change of heart was.
yeah, it was a little fast.
like-
I mean, but it was kind of a fast paced scene too. It was
Yeah.
like everything was kind of happening simultaneously, and so she like saw her opportunity to take her wish, and then at the same time, her brother is being sucked into wherever ethereal plane that
Or
was.
Yeah.
Mezzos, not explained. Just
Yeah,
The void.
the void, and so then she had to make a quick snap decision.
A plot point that was introduced multiple times and never came back to do anything. I thought rubbing the dog's belly was gonna like be important.
I
for
kinda
some
did
reason.
too.
It's a
Like
dog.
I thought, okay, this dog is like eating some magical, like he's eating a piece of the star. That's how we learn to talk and why he's magical. Or he's eating some magical artifact and rubbing his belly at some point in this movie is going to cause something to happen that's
Yeah.
going to help them.
No,
And it just never came back.
I think it was just
Ever.
him trying to be
a dog.
a dog. He was trying to learn how to be a dog.
I mean, you could have like in that last scene where they're sitting there watching like the fireworks, you could have had like them rub his belly,
That's
right?
true.
Like I just felt like it was so important in the
Yeah.
first third of the movie, and then it never got brought up again in the last 2/3 of the movie.
Well, movie's got a movie.
Movie's got a movie. Cole Wright.
The dog, it was like a real heartwarming scene whenever Puss is like basically having a panic attack because he's
Oh.
seen death again, and then the dog just comes up and lays its head on your lap. And
That
it's like
was-
being a dog owner, being a dog person, like you've had those days where you're just like, you feel like crap, something's happened, and then your dog just knows and just comes and lays on your lap. I was like, oh, I feel that.
That was really sweet. That genuinely was super sweet.
Yeah.
And that he wants to be like a therapy dog.
Yeah.
You know, like I do like the dog for like
He was
what
like
he represents.
the ugliest dog that they
Yeah.
could have gotten to.
He's like the ultimate optimist. Like I get it. I like the dog for what he represents.
I'm going to turn you into a dog lover.
Just
Just Puss in Boots.
Grinded my gears so much. I don't know. And I think it was the voice.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
if,
the voice is what made it.
I don't know.
The delivery.
I think that there was something about the voice that
Who was
just
who played the dog?
got under my skin like a Spanish splinter.
I didn't reckon. Oh, the splinters were some of the worst things.
I cringed every time it happened.
Oh yeah. It was awful.
Get it right under the fingernail.
Ooh, that was really bad.
Harvey and
Weinstein?
I can't
Oh,
pronounce his name.
and a kid's.
He was in the internship. He was Zach.
Okay.
Should I know Zach?
I don't know if you know Zach or not. That's
don't.
his top credit.
I don't know if I've seen The Internship.
I haven't.
What We Do in the Shadows.
No.
I like What We Do in the Shadows. Does it say what character he plays?
Girolamo?
I guess I can't place that. Hold on. I'll look it up later.
Girolamo de la Cruz.
I've watched that like a handful of times and I've enjoyed it. It's a show that I've never sat down and like really watched, but I've enjoyed what I've seen.
Yeah, he's not been in a whole bunch that I could totally see.
Well, either way, maybe Jonah's right. Maybe I need to watch it a second time and the dog will grow on me.
Maybe
that's it.
he did play Harley Quinn in one thing.
He played Harley
Or
Quinn?
no. Sorry. He was
was in
reading
Harley
that
Quinn?
backwards. He played Nightwing in Harley Quinn.
That makes more sense.
Sorry.
Feels like a very big departure from his character in this movie. But you know, I guess that's pretty popular with voice actors.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we've covered most of the movie. We've kind of talked about all the big important plot points. Anyone have any last things before we plug her into the rubric?
I don't think so.
No.
Alrighty, I'll go ahead and start us off. Plot. For what the movie needed to do, it did it okay. I think it could have been better, but it was a kid's movie. I'm going to give it a 4.
I'm gonna go the same. I'm gonna give it a 4 as well. I mean, yeah, it's a kids movie. It's not a bunch of. I mean, any sort of like little plot hole, quote unquote thing. I'll take off in continuity.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think they could have done a little bit more with the retirement home because that's just kind of what it felt like it was gonna be. I want a retirement home, and they pull him out.
There's an extended cut out there somewhere where it's just like 45 minutes of retirement home, and everyone was like, "Oh, thank God they cut this." And Cole's out there like, "Yes."
Well, that's what I thought the movie was gonna be. I thought it was
It's
gonna
like this slow single shot on his face as his beard grows.
That's what I would like.
Like just that's it. And the day
you know
and
what?
night.
Screw all this action crap.
So you didn't want adventure, romance.
I mean,
you just
liked
wanted
all that.
retirement.
I liked
home.
because I thought that's what the movie was going to be, but then it felt like it was just rushed. I felt like if you could have made it a little bit longer, it would have been fine.
That's funny.
That's that. Oh man. Okay.
That and all. Okay, well, I'll give later in this different category.
Josh, what about plot for you?
I guess I'm going to give it a 4, I guess. I didn't for people that are just listening. Usually I come in with some sort of idea of what I'm going to give each category and then maybe change it a point or two based on conversation. I've got nothing. So
Yeah.
I'm completely winging it right
Oh,
now.
okay. Hey, that's all right. That's how I do. That's how I feel like I do mine in the moment as well. Cole, why don't you start us off for characters?
4.
4. Any
I
reasonings?
like all the characters except one.
Which is
Hold on. What do we think his character is? What do we think the one character he doesn't like is?
Baby Bear?
My guess is Softpaw.
Maybe.
You're both wrong.
Okay.
Who is it?
It's the cat owner.
The cat owner. Is it because she lost the fight, so the retirement home scene was cut short? Is that why you?
Yes, yes. I'm devastated. I wanted more retirement home, as we've established, but she just wasn't funny. Like, she was not a good character. She was like
No,
a
yeah.
two-dimensional, like crazy cat lady. Like, ooh, look,
I think she served her purpose.
old lady
She was
with a
just
bunch of cats.
Yeah, she was an old cat lady.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny that you thought that he was going to like some cat sanctuary where it was like a nice place. And it turns out it's just some crazy cat lady's
Crazy
house with
cat
1,000 cats.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I didn't care for that character, so I can't give it the perfect score because not all the characters I liked. So, but 4 out of 5 ain't bad.
No, 4 out of 5 ain't bad. All right, Josh, what about you for characters?
I'd give characters a 5. I don't really have any major picks on any of the characters.
I think I'm right there with you. I mean, I think Shrek has always done a good job. That universe has done a good job of taking these creatures that we know, these fairy tales we know, and twisting them and making them unique to that universe. So, I mean, for what it's worth, yeah, are they all two-dimensional? Yeah, but I mean,
They're
do
nursery rhyme characters.
Yeah,
most of them.
that's the thing. Yeah, like I think characters, it's a 5 for me. There's no real critiques or nitpicks I can make.
Yep.
Alrighty, Josh, what about direction?
I'd give direction a 5. The art style was really good. I thought it was nice that it stepped out of the bounds of like a traditional DreamWorks movie. It didn't look like Shrek. It didn't look like the previous Puss in Boots. But it looked good, and I thought it added a lot of weight to the action and adventure of the movie.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go 5 for direction as well. I think for what it was, that had a very cohesive theme. I loved the 2D, 3D art style.
Yep.
Very reminiscent of like Arcane or like maybe some newer anime. I also really loved the animation was very fluid and detailed until combat started. And then when there was lots of combat, they purposely switched it to what I think it was either on like an animation. You either do things on the 2 or on the 3, referring to like your keyframes and how many times you repeat a frame before you go to the next thing. But they like, it wasn't quite stop motion, but it like got stop motion adjacent, and it really made each like action that the characters did pop and have weight to it. Thought that was a super cool, great thing they did. Spiderverse did it every now and then. I thought it was really cool. I loved it. So yeah, I'm also a 5 for direction.
I'm going to give it a 4
Okay.
because of how much they used the one song.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't give it a perfect if it's not perfect.
That's fair. That's fair. I thought you were going to say because there wasn't enough cat home retirement.
If this whole movie was Cat Home, it'd be 6 out of 5.
Man. Okay. Cole, why don't you start us off with the next one? You mentioned continuity a couple times. Cole, why don't you go and start us off for continuity?
4 for continuity.
I was expecting like a 3 or something.
Yeah, I was too, honestly. Not enough.
That's how you built it up.
No continuity, not enough cat home.
Yeah, if there were more Cat Home, it'd be 7. But no, the dog belly thing was weird. How much it came up, and yeah, they kind of did approach pretty quick, like not really explaining how Mr. Big Jack there.
Big Jack Horner.
Yeah, Big Jack Horner got through all that so quick and got in front of him.
Yeah.
Even though, yes, he has a big old tank. And I will...
And a bag full of magical items, Cole. He could have just like had a magical item.
How long was he fighting
that just
the
made
plants,
him go
though?
poof?
Yeah. I'm with Cole on this one. So 4.
I'll give it a 4.
Alrighty. Josh, what about you for continuity?
I'm gonna give it a 4 just because of the bear fact that we brought up. Like,
Yeah.
it was that's a pretty obvious oversight. Like, they thought, you know what, we're gonna bring Goldilocks into this universe,
But the bears
But
have
wait,
already existed.
the bears have already existed. Never mind.
And one's dead.
I
Yeah.
think if this was any franchise but Shrek, I would knock off points for that, like more points for that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave mine at 4 because I mean it's a kids movie and it's Shrek and it's already dumb and doesn't make sense.
I
So
put it at a 4.
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm agreeing. I'm also giving it a 4
Yeah.
for the same reason. So yeah, so I agree. It's silly, but yeah, man. And then last but not least, enjoyment. I'll start us off in this category. 5 out of 5. Loved it. I might go back and watch it a second time, like Jonas said. I decided to be the one to go ahead and buy it. That way I
did
could
you
watch
buy
it
it?
again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it for $30. So hey, if you guys ever want to watch it, let me know. I'll give you my login. I enjoyed it. I loved it. One of my favorite like kids, air quotes, kids movies I've seen in a long time. I thought it was really good.
5 for enjoyment. It was really fun. I mean,
It would have been like a 5.6 if you would have got more cat home.
yes. Actually, it would have probably been at least a 10 out of 5. If
10 out of 5?
Got more cat home and
Would have
more
been a
luscious
5,
beard.
5 out of
Yeah.
7.
Yeah.
Man, Josh.
I'm gonna go 5 as well. I just had a good time watching it. It
Yeah.
was. I'm a huge fan of the original Shrek. I enjoyed the Puss in Boots character. I didn't go watch the first Puss in Boots movie, but this one here was just a lot of fun. Had a good time with it.
Yeah. All right. That brings our total score to a score of 89.3. So pretty good. B plus.
Yeah.
Puss in Boots.
I think that's pretty accurate.
That's pretty good. I expected it to get an A, in all honesty,
So
but I mean
I'm
that's
assuming
okay.
that did. I know it did better than other cat movie that we watched.
Black Panther. Is that what you're talking about?
No, the blue one. Avatar.
Avatar. It did do better than Avatar. Yes, it did.
Remember, James Cameron, you waited 13
Cole's
years.
never gonna let us.
13 years, and you get dunked on by Puss in Boots.
All right. So we forgot to do this for the whale. I'm going to go back and do this for the whale actually, as well. What do we think Puss in Boots got on Rotten Tomatoes?
97.
Is that for your critic or your audience?
I'm going to go 97 for critic, 98 for audience.
Okay. Josh?
I'm gonna go 92 for critic, 97 for audience.
This is now the second movie we've watched, because the last one we looked up to, the critic review was higher than the audience. Critic reviews higher than the audience for this one. Like on Mithrigan, which didn't make sense to me, was the last one.
Yeah.
Critics 96%, audience 93%.
Really?
It doesn't make any sense to me. Like I feel like I don't know.
I think I might understand that one because Shrek and the Shrek universe is typically touted as a kids movie, and this one definitely leaned more into the adult humor than previous Shrek movies did.
Do you think it's like a lot of angry moms being on there?
Probably a lot of parents that are like, not what I expected, took my kids, they didn't have a good, I don't know. That's kind of what I would assume.
All right. And I know this is our episode on Puss in Boots, but we didn't do this for The Whale. I'm going to tack this on here. What do we think The Whale scored? Because we just recorded that episode. If you didn't go back and listen to it, go back and listen to it. What do you think The Whale scored, critic and audience, on Rotten Tomato?
Critic 96.
Okay.
Audience 88.
Okay.
I'm probably going to go critic 95, audience 72.
I'm genuinely blown away by this audience score of 91%.
Okay.
Pretty good.
That is good.
Higher than maybe expected considering how soul crushing it is.
Yeah.
Critics 66%.
Critics are idiots,
I thought this is the kind of movie that critics would eat up, right?
Yeah.
Like they'd absolutely love what it was trying to say. We can get into what they were saying afterwards, but yeah, it really is kind of shocking to me. I figured critics would have like loved this film.
Yeah.
So I know that was the last episode, but I wanted to tag that on there.
Yeah.
All right. I have a closer question for us, but before I pose my closer question to the class, do you guys have any closing thoughts on Puss in Boots, The Last Wish?
Nope.
If you want a good, fun animated movie to watch it. It's a good time.
This isn't my closure question, but would you consider Puss in Boots a gateway anime?
If all anime could be Puss in Boots: The Last Wish.
No.
No, I would. I just thought that was funny. I thought that's what you were going to say.
If you enjoy the art style, then I would suggest checking out maybe some.
There are maybe a couple you would like.
Animes,
yeah, I would agree with that. All right. My closure question. Do you think that the end was a setup for another Shrek movie?
Yes.
I do too.
I think so because he says, "Let's go visit my friends."
Visit some old friends.
We're
yeah.
going to get
Either
a dog
Either a Shrek movie or a third Puss in Boots movie
You think so?
in Far, Far Away.
in Far, Far Away.
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, he says like, I'm going to go visit some old friends. And then they play like the
Shrek
ba, ba,
theme.
ba, 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 like the Shrek theme, very orchestral. And didn't you say that there was supposed to be a fifth Shrek film?
Well, when I looked it up on Wikipedia, the guy who wrote it or directed it, went after the second Shrek went over so well, he said that they adapted it into a possible 5-film franchise.
Cold don't punch your mic.
Yeah.
It's a nice mic.
Yeah,
Don't
I'm
punch it.
angry that there's 5 Shrek movies. Oh, no.
I'm angry there's no more cat retirement home.
There better be a cat retirement home in Far, Far Away.
Yeah, probably not.
Alrighty. So yeah, I agree. I also think there's going to be another Shrek. So
Donkey
hey,
and Perito are going to team up.
That would be hilarious. They would annoy the heck out of Shrek.
I really want this. I need this now. Oh, that's a match made in heaven.
Yeah.
We need this. Donkey, Perito, and all of Donkey's like kids
Yeah.
all like ate together, just ruining Shrek's day.
Shrek has 4 kids too.
Yeah.
Oh my, this needs to happen.
Yeah.
Shrek 5, you're going to save the series. 3 was a bomb. 4 was mid.
You're going to bring it back.
5 is about to be the next 2.
Just here's the thing. Lean into it. Bold take. Make it an R-rated Shrek movie.
Oh boy.
Oh, you know what? I wouldn't hate it.
R-rated Shrek.
Listen, this ain't for the kids. This is for the kids that grew up with Shrek.
yeah.
at least-
Everybody's Shrek 1 came out in 2001, so they realize who their audience is for a 5th Shrek movie.
At least PG-13.
Yeah.
Right?
Be
Like,
a little edgier. than
Yeah,
you already
like-
are.
It's
You're-
PG-13, isn't it?
No, it's PG.
Is it all
PG.
PG? Okay.
yeah. Like, just really lean into the fact that, yeah, you're making an adult movie for kids. Just make an adult movie for adults. Just lean into it. Really let it rip.
Yep.
Man.
I would agree.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool. So, alrighty, here as we close, I gave my best Gingy impression. Josh, give me your best Gingy. Tell
The gumdrop buttons.
that's pretty good. All right, thank you guys for listening.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
I don't. Where does he live?
The Muffin Man that lives on Drury Lane.
I'm gonna get out of here before we. No. What's our next movie we're gonna go see? Is it House Party?
If it ever comes to theaters,
yeah.
I want to go to
If it
the
comes
King's house.
We wanted to go. So hey, Tune in next time as we maybe do House Party. Other than that, we've got a few more. If you enjoyed this, share it with your friends, and thank you for listening. Have a good night.